Welcome to the SDA command line client tutorial video. The command line client represents a very powerful method of manipulating your SDA data and can be seen as a good alternative to the UI and other methods of accessing the SDA repository. The command line interface itself comes as part of a download that you can get from the support website from the command line client. It's 8 megabytes, so it's relatively small in size. This is the zip file, which we're basically going to extract out onto the C drive. One of the things we need to do in preparation is to set the Java home for the client to run under. So I already have a JRE installed and a Serena Common JRE 7.0. So I'm going to copy that path and set that to be my Java home. So now let's switch to the command line. Here's the client I just downloaded, so I'm going to run now the client itself. So the web URL option is mandatory for running the command line client, and this is basically the URL to the SDA installation itself. We also need to specify a username and a password. Once these have been defined, you basically get a set of usage commands along with the commands that are available. So the first command that we're going to run is one called get resources, which will display the resources that are available under this current installation of SDA. And in fact, what we see here is a JSON representation of what we are returned within the UI. So let's be a bit more creative now. We're going to go to our existing components and we're going to create a brand new component. In order to save a bit of legwork, we're going to obtain ourselves an existing component, and I'm going to give this component a new name. Give it a description of created from the command line. And I will save this into our new client directory just to make things a little bit quicker. Here we can see the JSON file that's been created. So now I'm going to run a command called create component, and it's very important that we specify the command with the correct case. If we don't specify the correct case, the command will not be run correctly and we'll get the help usage screen. So let's run that now. This now returns the JSON that's been created. And if we go to our components view, we can see that new comp has now been created. There is another command that we want to take a quick look at called set component property. So our newly created component is going to have a new property defined against it. I'm not sure how to run this command, so I can call the command line client with -h and then the command I want to run. And here we can see the usage for that command. So I'll now get rid of the -h. I'm going to specify a name for that property. I'll specify a value. And I'll specify the component name, which we've called new comp. This now returns the JSON that's been created against the component. So we can see the new component's been created. And if we go to the properties, indeed we now have a property called new prop with a value of test value. This concludes our initial look at the command line interface. Please also take a look at the command line tutorial document that's available for you to run through and test as well.